There have been a lot of key figures in the Dragon Age series that have shaped the stories of our heroes and the world of Thedas, but it seems none has done more to change the status quo from time and time again like the feared Dread Wolf himself. Hi, this is Rima from Odyssey Gaming, and today we're going to delve into some Dragon Age lore and look at the history, personality and motives of Solas, the shadow behind the chaos to come into Thedas. Named Solas, which is Elven for pride, young Solas grew up in a small, unnamed village. He found himself not part of any specific group of elves, therefore not identifying himself as a Dalish or city elf. Solas then spent most of his youth travelling around Thedas, learning more about the Fade and spirits and honing his abilities without any tutelage from a circle of magi or instructors. Therefore, Solas ended up becoming an apostate. Eventually, Solas' travels found him at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, where the events of Dragon Age Inquisition kick off. Throughout this period, Solas tended to the future Inquisitor and helped stabilize the Anchor. Eventually, Solas becomes part of the Inquisitor's inner circle and helps the Inquisition in key moments such as finding Skyhold. Solas in general has a complex and level-headed view of politics and ethical conflicts in Thedas, as he's had the perspective of history he has witnessed throughout his journeys. However, though this doesn't stop Solas from having his own opinions. For example, he favours the plight of spirits, tradition and ancient elven culture. Solas, like the other companions, has his own quirks and eccentricities. Solas has a particular dislike to tea, as he believes it disrupts his ability to sleep, which in turn affects his ability to walk in the Fade. However, he is shown to drink it when he wishes to clear his mind. He's also a fan of Orlesian politics and parties, showing a rare, excited and high-spirited attitude when he is taken along to the Empress's ball in Halim Sharal. It is also shown that Solas has a very good aptitude for strategy games like Diamondback, Wicked Grace and chess, which is definitely obvious considering what Solas really is. The trickster god of the Elven pantheon, the Codex entry for Fen'Harel sums up why the Dread Wolf is such a controversial figure in Elven lore. Quote, "In ancient times only Fen'Harel could walk without fear among both our gods and the Forgotten Ones. For although he is kin to the gods of the people, the Forgotten Ones knew of his cunning ways and saw him as one of their own. And that is how Fen'Harel tricked them. Our gods saw him as a brother, and they trusted him when he said that they must keep to the heavens while he arranged a truce. And the Forgotten Ones trusted him also when he said he would arrange for the defeat of our gods. If only the Forgotten Ones would return to the Abyss for a time. They trusted Fen'Harel, and they were all then betrayed. And Fen'Harel sealed them away so they could never again walk among the people." This betrayal of both sides has cemented the Dread Wolf as a loathed figure in Elven lore, with many believing him to be evil. Some writings suggest that after his betrayal, Fen'Harel spent centuries laughing over his schemes. Elves, in particular the Dalish, still have superstitious feelings towards the Dread Wolf, facing away statues depicting him away from the camp, and images of his betrayal are still immortalized to share with younger members of the clan. However, as we, the players, know, the story of Fen'Harel is a lot more complicated than depicted in Elven lore. As revealed at the end of the Trespasser DLC, it is revealed that Solas is Fen'Harel, the Dread Wolf, the Great Wolf, the Lord of Tricksters. And with this, we learn more about the complex reasons why Fen'Harel chose to betray his kin. It was revealed that Fen'Harel led a rebellion, consisting of freed slaves against the mortal mages that made up the Evanuris, who were then later immortalized as the Elven pantheon. He did this after they murdered his close friend Mythal, who was thought to be the kindest and wisest of the pantheon. This seemed to force Solas' hand, who had already been conflicted with his brethren's ever-growing thirst for power, forcing him to create the Veil, which ultimately banished the Evanuris. However, this also subsequently brought down the entire Elven Empire due to the separation of the Fade and the waking world. Back in the present, Solas vowed to rewrite the wrong by helping uplift the Elven people back to their past glory. He decided to do this by bringing down the Veil, which led him to give his magical orb to Corypheus, not believing it would lead to the events of Inquisition. Now with Corypheus dealt with, Solas has returned back to his past to uplift his people, which has brought him at odds with his comrade and his friend the Inquisitor due to the destructive side effects of bringing down the Veil. To finish up this lore video, I thought it would be interesting to look at some of the unusual and intriguing facts about Solas, so here are just a few. For one, Cole, one of the other companions of Inquisition, has somewhat always known about Solas' past as Fen'Harel.
I apologize for disturbing you, Cole. I am not a spirit, and sometimes it is hard to remember such simple truths.
They are not gone so long as you remember them.
I know.
But you could let them go.
I know that as well.
You didn't do it to be right. You did it to save them.
Solas, what is Cole talking about?
A mistake. One of many made by a much younger elf who was certain he knew everything.
You weren't wrong, though.
Thank you, Cole.
Solas speaks an iambic pentameter, a common method seen in English poetry and literature that creates a rhythm using syllables, in this case a rhythm of 5. And you, the Inquisitor, can gain more approval from Solas if you answer him back the same. The necklace shown around Solas' neck at the start of the game, and when you visit him at Skyhold, is actually part of a jawbone of a wolf. There are several theories to why he'd wear this, but it does act as a nice clue to his identity for those unfamiliar with the story, and it acts to serve as a reminder of his original past self for himself. Though Solas is a mage, Fen'Harel has been depicted in different quote-unquote classes in elven lore. In the fable The Slow Arrow, he's portrayed as a skilled archer, and he's also shown to be a warrior in other tales. Though Solas means pride in Elven, it also relates to a city located in Tevinter, close to a region called the Silent Plains. The Silent Plains are described as, quote, terrible and lonely. Thought to be a desolate wasteland, this region was once thought to inhabit cities. However, evidence shows that much of this was destroyed during the First Blight. The Dalish also have a legend of a clan that once resided in the Silent Plains, whose keeper was visited in their dreams by the Dread Wolf himself. So that is some background history and interesting information surrounding Fen'Harel himself, Solas. And I have to say, even with the big reveal at the end of the Trespasser DLC, there is still a lot we don't know about Solas. However, Dragon Age 4 may go a long way to remedy that. But what do you think about Solas? Let us know in the comments below, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and please share this video to help the channel grow. And remember to hit that bell icon to stay up to date with all our latest videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.